Do you ever feel like you're just stuck on a financial treadmill? You're working hard, but you're not actually getting anywhere? Well, if that's you, you're in the right place. We're about to lay out a clear, step-by-step escape plan from all that financial anxiety, and it's designed for anyone who's starting from zero. So, let's just dive right in.
Think about that for a second. It's kind of startling, right? But here's the thing, it's not really your fault. For thousands of years, our brains have been wired for one thing: immediate survival, not long-term saving. That's why grabbing that takeout or buying those new shoes feels so good and so natural, while saving, well, that can feel like a real fight. But the good news? A simple system can totally override that old programming and change the entire game.
So, here's our game plan. It's a 5-part escape route. First, we're going to talk about the invisible prison that keeps most people stuck. Then we'll figure out exactly where you are on the map. After that, we'll make our first break for it, set up a system to automate your freedom, and finally, we'll take a look at the view from the other side and see why this is all so worth it.
Okay, part 1, the invisible prison. The biggest thing holding most people back from building wealth isn't how much money they make. Nope. It's a tiny psychological glitch that we're all born with, and just understanding what it is, that's the first real step to breaking free. And this is the name of the beast: temporal discounting. The easiest way to think about it is like your brain is still running on caveman software. That software is screaming at you, "Get the reward now! Tomorrow might not come!" It's a survival instinct. But it makes saving for some fuzzy, far-off future thing like retirement feel completely unnatural. And let's be honest, really hard.
And here's where this gets real. Your brain sees dinner out tonight, and it gets excited. You can taste it, you can feel it, it's a real, tangible reward. But financial freedom in 10 years? What does that even mean? It's just words. It's an abstract idea. Our whole plan is designed to short-circuit this instinct and make those future goals feel just as real and exciting as tonight's pizza. On to part 2, mapping your position. You can't plan a road trip without knowing your starting point, right? It's the same with your finances. To find that little "you are here" dot on the map, we just need to nail down 3 critical numbers.
First up is your net worth. And honestly, this is the big one. It's your ultimate financial scorecard. It's super simple to figure out. You just add up the value of everything you own, your assets, and then subtract everything you owe, your liabilities. That number, whatever it is your starting line.
Okay, next up, your monthly cash flow. This one tells you a simple story. Every month, are you moving forward or are you slipping backward? And even if you only have a tiny bit left over, that positive cash flow is the fuel for your wealth-building engine. To put that in perspective, just $300 a month invested over time can grow to over $460,000. That's the power we're talking about.
And finally, we have your financial runway. The question is simple. If your income just vanished tomorrow, how long could you last? This number is about so much more than money. It's about peace of mind. It's the buffer that lets you sleep at night, knowing you can handle one of life's curveballs without getting knocked into a debt spiral. And believe me, that runway is critical. Get this. According to the Federal Reserve, almost 40% of adults in the US couldn't cover a simple $400 emergency. A flat tire, a surprise bill, and it's a crisis. That's not a financial plan. That's just living in a constant state of low-grade anxiety. That's the prison we're escaping from.
Which brings us to part 3, the first break. So we know the trap, and we know our exact position on the map. Now, it's time to make our first move. This is the step that creates the breathing room you need to make the rest of the plan actually work.
So what is it? What's the very first step? Well, it isn't about getting rich quick. It's not sexy. It's about creating security. It's about building a small cushion that protects you when life, does what life does.
And here's something that is so important to get right. Your emergency fund is not an investment. Let me say that again. It is not an investment. Its job isn't to make you rich. Its job is to be boring. It's a financial insurance policy that just sits there, ready to save you when your car breaks down so you don't have to touch your real long-term investments.
And the process is simple. First, just start small. Aim for $1,000. That alone will handle most of life's little emergencies. Second, keep it liquid. Put it in a high-yield savings account where you can get to it easily. And third, and this is the most important part, automate it. Treat it like a bill you have to pay to yourself every single month. No excuses.
All right, part 4, automating your freedom. Here's the real secret weapon in all of this: willpower. It's a muscle. It gets tired. Some days you feel motivated, and some days you just don't. A system, on the other hand, a system never gets tired.
It just works. That's how you break the cycle. And this right here, this is the mindset shift that changes everything. Most of us, we get our paycheck, we pay our bills, we spend on fun stuff, and then we hope there's something left over to save. The problem is, there's usually nothing left. Wealthy people just flip that entire script. They save first, automatically, and then they're free to spend whatever's left over.
So here's what that looks like on payday. The moment your money hits your account, the system just takes over. Before you even wake up, it's already allocated money for your necessities. Then it makes your minimum debt payments. Then it tops off your emergency fund. And finally, the best part, it pays your future self by sending money straight to your investments. It all happens without you lifting a finger.
And that brings us to our last section, the view from the outside. You might be thinking, man, this sounds like a lot of work. And you know what? The first few steps are tough. But the reason we go through it is because those small, consistent actions you take now, they will snowball into a level of freedom that you probably can't even imagine today.
It all comes down to the eighth wonder of the world, compound interest. This is the magic point where your money starts making its own money. It's when your investments start having, well, little money babies. And then those money babies grow up and have their own money babies. It creates an unstoppable, exponential growth curve.
And this is why starting right now is everything. Look at this. If you invest just $300 a month starting when you're 25, you could have about $1 million by retirement. But if you wait just 10 years and start at 35, that final number plummets to around $400,000. That 10-year delay costs you $600,000. Time is, without a doubt, your most valuable asset.
So that's really the ultimate takeaway here. Building wealth isn't about being a genius. It's not about some secret stock tip. It's just about developing a few simple, powerful money habits, putting them on autopilot, and then just getting out of the way and letting compound interest do all the heavy lifting for you.
In the end, it all starts with that first step, that initial battle to scrape together your first $1,000. That's the hardest part of the entire journey. It's a real fight. But it's not a question of whether you can do it, it's a question of whether you will. It's a choice. So what's your choice going to be?